In this video, I'm gonna show you how to do the initial configuration of Samsung Galaxy A27. So once you turn on your phone, if you want to set it up, then first we need to press on this button that is going to be displayed in different languages. So let's just tap over here to continue. Then we need to choose the language that we want to use for the setup and on our phone. So I'm gonna just choose English United States over here and let's go next. There we go. Then we need to agree to end user license agreement. The rest is optional and we're gonna tap on next. And then let's just wait again. Now over here we have the option to set up our phone with another device. If you still have your old phone around, if you want to sign in to all your accounts and copy all settings and so on and so forth, then you can easily do so by using one of these two buttons. So if you had iPhone, that is not a problem as well, because you can transfer some data as well. And in my case, I'm going to perform a clean setup. So I'm going to tap on setup manually over here in this place. Now over here, you have the option to choose the Wi-Fi network. So of course, you can connect to your Wi-Fi over here if you find your network. You can also use the Wi-Fi QR code scanner over here. So you can scan the Wi-Fi QR code if you have one. You can also turn off Wi-Fi and you can just skip this completely if you decide to use mobile data in order to set up your phone. Now in my case, I'm gonna connect to my Wi-Fi network over here. There we go. Once we connect, we can go next over here. Now we have the service provider setup, which is something that might show up on your screen, but it doesn't have to. This means that in my case, I have to restart my phone in order to continue. So let's quickly do so and let's wait for the restart to be done. Alright, after that we have the option to use the mobile network, of course, which if you want to, you can of course select that you want to do that and press next. Now over here we have the option to copy apps and data from your previous device or by using your Google account. So of course, if you want to do that, just tap on next and follow the instructions. In my case, like I said, I'm gonna perform a clean setup, so I'm gonna tap on don't copy over here. And then let's wait again. After that, we have the option to sign into our Google account. Now here we have sign in with ease, which of course allows you to use, for example, your phone number in order to sign into your Google account. However, if you tap on skip, then you should be able to sign in that traditional way, where you can use your email. For example, over here, use your credentials in order to sign in. Of course, you can skip the sign in process if you want to. So you can just continue without a Google account. And you can also create a new account if you want to. And in my case, I'm gonna just sign into my Google account over here. Then we need to choose who is going to use our device, whether we are going to use it or our child. In my case, I'm gonna choose that I will be using this device. Then over here, we have to agree to Google Terms of Service. So we need to tap on I agree over here in order to continue. Then you have the option to set up the password on your phone. So you can choose one of these password types. You can also set up fingerprint and face recognition features straight away. In my case, I'm gonna skip. I don't really want to do that right now. And of course, you can always go to settings later on and set up a password, change the password, or set up biometrics. Over here, we have a couple of different Google services like location, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth scanning, phone number verification, and so on and so forth. So you can decide what you want to agree to. And in my case, I'm gonna turn everything off. However, in your case, you can decide by yourself, of course. And the one thing that I can recommend you to do is to disable scanning option over here, Wi-Fi and Bluetooth scanning, simply because it is not really necessary to have this option enabled all the time. And when it is off, you can actually save a bit of battery. And in addition to that, whenever any app requires you to use Wi-Fi or Bluetooth scanning, you will be informed about it and you will have a quick access to these settings, so you can always re-enable it. And let's go ahead and tap on accept. Then over here we have backup service provided by Google, so we can back up our photos and videos as well as other device data, all of which is listed in here. You can also, of course, tap on the turn on backup once you decide what should be backed up. If you don't want to make Google backups, then you can just tap on the don't back up over here. Then we can choose our default search engine, and it seems that for some reason we cannot choose the browser, or maybe we will be able soon. Maybe in your case you will have the option to choose the browser. Usually we can choose the browser and the search engine. In my case, it's just the search engine. So in this case, I'm just gonna choose Google because this is what I use. So I'm gonna just tap on set by default. And then we have some information about Gemini. So you want to scroll down over here and tap on next in order to continue. You can also set up the Hey Google voice activation for Gemini if you want to use it. Then of course you can tap on turn on. If you didn't turn it on before on your Google account, then you will also have a little setup, which is also pretty straightforward. You just have to say a couple of sentences out loud. In my case, I'm gonna tap on no thanks because I don't really use the voice activation anyway, so I don't really need it. And now we need to wait once again. Now over here we have the option to sign into your Samsung account if you have one. So you can use your Google account to create or use Samsung account. You can also sign in using email or phone number. You can sign in with QR code. And in case you want to create an account, or if you want to skip this, you can tap on forgot password or don't have an account. And then over here you can choose create account, forgot ID or password in case you need to recover, or you can tap on setup later in settings in case, of course, you want to skip this menu completely. So in my case, I'm just gonna tap on setup later in settings. We're gonna skip that. Then we need to scroll down and tap on skip here if you decide to skip. There we go. Now over here we have some Samsung services like auto blocker, customization service, and personal data intelligence. Once again, you can decide what should be enabled and what not. You can decide, of course, by yourself. And then we need to tap on the agree button. Then we have the option to choose the light or dark theme. You can choose whichever you like more, and then go next. Now we need to wait once again. Then we have the list of recommended apps, and in many cases we can actually disable these apps so that they will not be installed. However, many of them are just Samsung apps, so of course you can decide if you want them to be installed or not. There is also the TikTok app, which unfortunately it is going to be installed regardless if you agree to install it or not. This is just bloatware, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna tap on next. This is actually update, so my bad, you don't really decide, you just agree to update these apps. We are all set up, so we're gonna tap on home over here, and we should be able to see the lock screen. Unfortunately, you might also see this, and there is also the SIM menu right after that, where we can choose preferred SIMs over here, so we can just quickly skip through that. Let's exit the SIM manager. But in case of this menu over here, where we can install apps for free, this is just bloatware, so you can just tap on this X in the upper right corner in order to skip this, so no bloatware is going to be installed for you. In case you decide to continue, then over here we need to go through a couple of steps. So here I'm gonna select that I'm male. Let's go next. Our age. There we go. Then we have app recommendations after that, and there we go. So as you can see here, we have a bunch of different bloatware that we can apparently install. But thankfully, you can just tap on this on these checks over here in order to decide which apps should be included and which apps should not be included. In the case of these apps at the top where we have favorite apps, you can just tap on unselect. There we go, so they will not be installed. So a little trick they made where you actually have to tap on the app in order to uncheck it. Then we're gonna tap on finish, and we should be able to see our home screen. And that is pretty much everything. Now, in case you're looking for some additional tips on what to do at first once you are done with the initial configuration, then be sure to check out my other video, First Things to Do, on Samsung Galaxy A27. And that's pretty much it. Leave a like and subscribe.